Now we'll create the brick pattern for the wall behind the cinder blocks. I've put a new layer in and I've named it bricks. I'll go to Edit and Fill. And once again, I'll use the cinder blocks. I'll hit Command T on the keyboard, and holding down the Shift key, I'll drag from the bottom up to flatten out the cinder blocks so that they look like bricks. I'm changing the height of it to about 75. And then I'll place it against the floor. I want to tint the bricks I've made red. I've introduced a new layer. I'll name it Brick Tint. Holding down the Command key, I'll click on the thumbnail for the brick layer itself. Now the marching ants are on the blank layer. I've selected a red with the red 160, the green 54, and the blue 13. I'll hold down the Option and hit Delete on the keyboard, and I'll deselect. Now I want to use a blend mode so that I can see the brick pattern below the red tint. I can put my cursor over the word normal and drag over to choose the tint that way if I chose. Or I could make sure I'm on my Move tool by hitting V, hold the Shift key down, and hit plus and minus on the keyboard to go through the different blend modes. An option might be to find a blend mode and then change the transparency. I'm going to leave it with hard light, and then maybe I'll drop the opacity a bit. I dropped it to about 90%. I want to put an inner glow on them as well. But first I'll merge down the brick tint with the bricks layer. Now I'll double click. I'll click on Inner Glow. And I think I'll introduce a darker red rather than leave it black. With my color picker, I'll select out the color red that appears on the brick pattern. And then I'll play with the values a bit. I've changed my red to 100, my green to 36, and the blue to 8. I'll put the opacity to 100%. I'll change the blend mode to multiply. And I think I'll back off perhaps on the size a bit. I'll make the size 20. I've dropped the opacity to 85.